She was lying there staring at a ceiling she had never noticed before, listening to machines breathe for her body, while her own breath felt unfamiliar and distant. Only hours ago, she had been driving, laughing, thinking about dinner and weekend plans, and now her legs felt like they belonged to someone else, like they were no longer part of her story. The doctors stood near her bed, speaking softly, but their words landed heavy. They said, spinal cord injury. They said, severe trauma. They said, permanent damage. And then they said, the sentence that echoed louder than all the others. You will never walk again. In that moment, the world did not explode. It went quiet painfully. Quiet as if life itself had stepped back to watch what she would do next. She tried to move her toes, but nothing answered. She tried to lift her legs, but they remained still like strangers. She wanted to scream, but her voice felt trapped, somewhere deep inside her chest. Hours passed, then days, and each morning she woke, hoping it had all been a dream, only to be reminded by the same stillness, the same weight, the same silence. People came and went, offering sympathy, encouragement prayers, but when the door closed, the room felt empty, and the truth crept in slowly that the life she knew was gone. She grieved not just her body, but her independence, her dreams, her future, the simple act of standing in the kitchen or walking outside without thinking. Therapists arrived with careful smiles telling her they would try, but their eyes told a different story. She overheard whispers in hallways, phrases like low chances, unlikely recovery, manage expectations. She began to believe them at night. She cried quietly, afraid that if she cried too loudly, she would admit defeat. Weeks turned into months, and the hospital became her whole world. The smell, the lights, the routines, the sound of footsteps passing her door. She watched other patients leave while she stayed behind, feeling forgotten, feeling left behind one night when the pain was too much and hope felt like a lie. She stared at her reflection in the dark window and barely recognized herself. And in that moment, something shifted, not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly. She realized that even if her legs would not move, she was still here, still breathing, still alive, and as long as she was alive, there was something she could choose. The next morning, when the therapist asked if she wanted to try again, she said yes. When the pain burned, she stayed. When her muscles refused, she waited. She began to focus on the smallest sensations, a twitch, a warmth, a faint signal. She trained her mind before her body, visualizing movement over and over again. She imagined standing. She imagined walking. She imagined freedom days became brutal, hours of effort, sweat, frustration, tears. But she kept going even when no one was watching, especially when no one was watching. She trained after sessions, ended gripping parallel bars with trembling hands, lifting herself inch by inch, falling again and again, sometimes collapsing into sobs but always getting back up. Nurses started noticing. Doctors started paying attention. Something was changing, not quickly, not easily, but undeniably. A muscle responded. Then another one day, her foot moved just slightly, just enough to prove that the impossible was not completely impossible. That moment lit a fire inside her. She pushed harder, trained longer, endured more pain than she thought she could survive. Her body screamed, but her spirit screamed louder. A year passed, seasons changed outside the hospital windows, and one afternoon, surrounded by people who once doubted her, she stood up, not gracefully, not confidently, but defiantly. Her legs shook, her breath caught, but she was standing. And then she took a step and another. Tears filled the room, disbelief filled the air. The woman who was told she would never walk again was walking slowly, painfully, imperfectly, but walking. And in that moment, she understood that the doctors were not wrong. They were limited. They measured recovery with data, not with determination today. She walks with scars, both visible and hidden, but she walks with purpose. She tells her story to those who feel broken, reminding them that sometimes the body needs time, but the mind needs belief, and that the moment you are told you cannot is often the moment your real fight begins, because strength is not found in muscles alone. It is found in the quiet decision to keep going when everything tells you to stop.